In recent news, they said, "You're black. You came to my bank. The money can't be yours."
Interesting twist on that. Everyone that worked at the bank was black.
Oh no.
Yes, even the lady who called. Everyone that worked at the fucking bank was black. Every cop that showed up was black and Latino.
Oh, no. The headline reads, Black Panther director Ryan Coogler wrongly targeted as a bank robber. Now, I just want to know, when did a hoodie turn into a villain's disguise? Like, I don't get that shit because everybody says and he was wearing a hoodie. Like,
it's the.
You ever been to a gym? You ever been on a walk outside? It's cold outside. Hey, I don't.
Newsflash: black people aren't the only ones that wear hoodies.
Yeah. Or criminals aren't the only one that wear hoodies. Like, I don't get it.
No, it's tied in with criminals, mainly blacks, because you know the culture. We like hoodies. You know what I'm saying? It's a look. It's a vibe. But now we're not the only ones.
So they say bank staffers mistakenly thought Ryan Coogler was staging a robbery, so they called the cops, and the famed director ended up in handcuffs briefly. According to the Atlanta PD report obtained by TMZ, Coogler was detained after stopping in a Bank of America to make a transaction back in January. So he kept it on the low as well for a minute. A completely legal transaction, mind you,
body cam came
but that's not how one teller took it. Coogler walked in rocking shades and a COVID face mask, not uncommon, of course, but he handed the teller a withdrawal slip with a note written on the back.
Right.
And it reads,
right.
I would like to withdraw $12,000 cash from my checking account. Please do the money counter somewhere else. I'd like it to be discreet.
She took that as a robbery, bro. He handed her his ID and put his fucking card in there and punched in his information. She said, sit tight, I'm going to go back here. Yeah. And just ignored all that and ran with the note. Ignored the whole thing that the nigga gave you his ID and put his fucking card in there, and you took it as a robbery?
If anything, I think first off, she should have just been like, thank you for your ID. Can you please drop your mask real quick for a second, like, so I can see that it's you.
But it's not,
I can understand
that. If you want to if you want to match the ID to the person.
Exactly.
That makes sense. He's kind of locked in. But my thing is like, because he said he does it all the time because one of his nurse for his child, one of his nurses, she prefers her payments in cash. She does a lot of work for him. So he's like, I'm not coming in here by myself and asking you to run $12,000 through the fucking money counter right here.
Yeah.
And then I gotta walk out of here.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Completely understand.
And he's like capped down. He is a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, well, I'm in my celebrity mode, shades and hats and
yeah.
You know,
no. To me, the outfit,
right.
That doesn't mean you're robbing anything.
It's like take the sunglasses off and pull your joint down so I can see it's you. So he'll appreciate you matching his identity. Not for nothing. The cops were spot on with this one. I gotta give it to him because they had to call like a nigga's here robbing. You know what I'm saying? And they walk in the body cam. They're like, who? And they're like, him right there. Like, hey, sir, just you got to put your hands behind your back. Da, da, da. So he don't know what the fuck's going on. He's like, all right, you got it, pal. Whatever. So he's like, you gotta understand, like, we're coming here on you're robbing the bank call. You don't. He's like, unfortunately, you don't get the benefit of the doubt for us to just take what you're saying initially. We have to detain you. Find out what's going on, make sure it's good, and then tell you, all right, this is what it is. It's kind of like, if you're a suspect in a robbery, man, you're not going to get the hands up. You know what I'm saying? You are. But as far as you're not going to get on top of the situation, it's like, no, this is what it is. They're going to pull you out that bank and figure it out because it's too much of a scene in there.
And the update is Ryan Coogler released a statement that said the situation should have never happened, of course. However, Bank of America worked with me and addressed it to my satisfaction. We have moved on. I wonder what that means. Yeah, I wonder if it was just a oh my God apology or if it was the money. Who knows what happened.
And it's a shame too because I feel like, he did one for his people right there because we got to be honest, man. And I love my culture. I love it all, man. But it had to have been a white person, it'd have turned into a race thing. This would have been headlined as a super duper highly racial profiling deal. And it's not a racial profiling thing because the lady was black that did it. But my thing is like, she could still racial profile that motherfucker. She might be from a different kind of neighborhood. She might not be in touch with her cultural side of things. You don't know people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh my God, black man, sunglasses. She could be just as scared as a little white lady.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If she didn't seem that sharp, I don't know. It's like, she should probably get into another job. Because she probably had these thoughts of something that is happening so much that she pulled the trigger You know, no puns intended, but you know, she pulled the trigger quick, like, oh shit, this is it. This is what I've been nervous about the whole time. The nigga's trying to rob me, and this is.
I wonder how many people use notes in the days of COVID to not want to talk, or just in general. But also, too, I understand him writing the note because you're not trying to say out loud, could you please count that in the other room? Right. Because then if you say that could turn ahead.
That could turn into some ears listening. Yeah. And on top of it, he's going to have to say it louder because he's wearing a fucking mask. You know what I'm saying? There's no whispering. He can't even mouth it like, you just count that. He can't even do that because there's this fucking thing here. He's going to have to say it at a certain volume. Can you count out that 12,000 for me somewhere else? But when a cop gave him a suggestion, he goes, have you ever thought about like verbally just going up to somebody and say, hey, can we do this at another location? Like, I need to withdraw something, but I don't want to do it in the front. He goes, well, he said, I'll know now. That's what I'll do in the future. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I said, yeah, in the future, that's what I'll do. I need names. I need names of who made that call. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, that's it. I imagine he has enough money in the bank and he has enough clout to his name he could call ahead and be like, hey, this is Ryan Coogler. I'm coming down there. They're going to put you in not even that, but they'll put you in a separate room and then start. You know what I'm saying?
But you got to set it up for what you're going to do. I mean, he learned his lesson on this one. It's like, okay, people aren't the brightest. Like, and when I look at that note, I'm like, there's no way anybody that's in that line of work should read that note and say, oh shit, this nigga's trying to...
It's going down.
He's like, I want to take $12,000 out of my checking account. You know what I'm saying? Can you count the money elsewhere and be discreet? She saw that. Count the money, be discreet. You know what I mean? That's that, oh, this nigga's robbing us. I gotta be quiet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's the thing to where, like you said, if he put his card in and gave his ID, then she could see that it popped up and there was money in the bank account. Like I said, the only thing I feel like she could have done to help her out was...
Get his ID on him.
Please, yes, I understand you gave me your ID, but this is a bank. You're taking out a whole lot of money. Just let me see that you real quick. Like, I don't think that's
snatch it down, let me see.
I don't think that's overstepping any bounds to just be like, all right, I just have to confirm that this is actually you.
And and that's the tough thing with masks and banks. You think about it. It's like, you don't know if that person's really that person trying to take out money just because they can have similar fucking forehead features. You know what I'm saying? As that photo, you know, that's presented. It's like, yeah, you know, but that, I don't know if that's you, man. You same complexion don't mean shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to go with the eyes and, you know, at least the eyes. He has sunglasses
in the eyes, Chico.
Right. The eyes, at least, you know, I know they train for like police and even corrections to identify somebody by their eyes. Because, you know, people can change everything around them, but those you can't really change. Yep. Your eyes never change. You can get a nose job. You can get fucking, you know, hair coloring. All that shit. Fucking cosmetic surgery to your face and forehead. The eyes, Chico.
Yeah.
Can't get rid of those unless you wear contacts, but still same shape. You know what I mean? But
yeah, unfortunate situation. Just an overreaction.
It was. The bank telling everybody on board. He played it real cool, man. If you watch the video, he was frustrated. He didn't lose his cool with shit because he's like, yeah, this is stupid. And the guy, it was funny when the cop was like, he said, listen, man, I'm trying to not make this a bad day for y'all. He's like, just Google me, man. You know what I'm saying? He tried to drop the Google on it. Yep. Just Google, man. I'm telling you, what y'all saying is crazy because I got money, bro. Like, I'm not here to fucking rob nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Like you said, I came to take out my money.
Right. And that's just like, you know, and I don't know what happened to her, but you might lose your job, honey, because you might have lost them a high-profile account that banks don't really like shit like that. You lose them. They lose a millionaire out of their banking system. It's like, bitch, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? She might even be on suspension for a little bit, unless he said, yo, let her slide.
Yeah.
But once again, it might not have been that way. It'd have been a little Lily. Little Lily, she might not have got it, man.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, that's the way it swings. But we all learn lessons from this, you know? Yep. Black people can be racist against their own people sometimes. And not everything is what it appears, people. Ooh. You know what I mean? The nigga got money.
Truth.